For over 2,000 years, humans have forced roosters to fight each other to the death. Not for food, not for survival, for entertainment, for gambling, for tradition. This is the story of cockfighting, a brutal practice that has survived legal bans, moral arguments, and centuries of animal welfare advocacy. In 2024, it is still happening. Legally in some places, illegally in most. And despite all evidence of cruelty, despite all ethical arguments against it, despite laws that make it a felony, cockfighting refuses to die. This is what that means for the animals caught in it. The origins of cockfighting are lost in ancient history. The first documented evidence comes from Greece in the 5th century BCE. Roosters were fought as part of military training, believed to instill aggression and courage in soldiers. The practice spread through the Roman Empire, then through trade routes to the Middle East, Asia, Africa, and eventually the Americas. Wherever colonial powers went, cockfighting followed. It wasn't a fringe practice, it was mainstream. Kings and emperors attended. Common people gambled their fortunes on a single fight. For 2,000 years, roosters have been weapons in the hands of humans seeking entertainment. Cockfighting came to America with the colonial settlers. It became deeply woven into the social fabric, especially in the southern colonies. The founding fathers of the United States were not above it. George Washington kept fighting roosters at Mount Vernon. Thomas Jefferson bred them at Monticello. While they were writing about liberty and the rights of man, they were attending cockfights and betting on roosters bred specifically for combat. The sport flourished throughout the 1700s and 1800s in America. Farmers, plantation owners, urban merchants all participated. Cockfighting was as American as baseball would later become. It was legal, it was respectable, and it was completely normalized. No one questioned it. The rooster was property, and property could be fought. By the 1800s, cockfighting had become an industrial-scale spectacle. Hundreds of thousands of roosters died every year in cockfighting arenas across America and the world. Breeding programs developed optimal fighting roosters, birds engineered specifically for combat. Special weapons were engineered, sharp steel or brass spurs attached to the rooster's legs, turning them into living instruments of death. A single cockfight could last hours. The mortality rate was nearly 100%. The loser died. The winner was often so severely injured, it had to be destroyed. This was the golden age of cockfighting. The stands were packed, the betting was frenzied, the money was enormous, and the suffering was absolute. This is what happens when you remove the restraint of conscience, when society decides that an animal's pain doesn't matter, when entertainment overrides ethics. You create an industry of cruelty. In the mid-1800s, something shifted in human consciousness. The animal welfare movement began. Activists started to argue, quietly at first, that animals could suffer, that suffering mattered, that we had a moral obligation not to inflict unnecessary pain. Cockfighting became a target. If we truly believed in animal welfare, how could we permit this? State by state, nation by nation, cockfighting was banned. Not easily, not without fierce resistance from those who saw the sport as tradition, culture, heritage. But gradually, progress was made. By 1950, cockfighting was illegal in most of the United States. By 2018, the Federal Animal Fighting Spectator Prohibition Act made attending a cockfight a felony in all 50 states. And with that legal framework came something else: rescue operations. Animal sanctuaries dedicated to rehabilitating rescued fighting roosters, places where birds could heal physically and psychologically after years of abuse. The movement to end cockfighting didn't just ban the practice, it created alternatives. It created hope. But the story doesn't end with legal victory. It never does. Today, in 2024, cockfighting is still happening. It's still legal in parts of the Philippines, parts of Latin America, parts of Southeast Asia, and in certain jurisdictions in India. Globally, an estimated 250 million roosters are involved in cockfighting, some legally, most illegally. In countries where it's banned, it has gone underground. Secret arenas hidden from authorities, illegal gambling networks worth millions of dollars, organized crime connections. Cockfighting money funds other criminal enterprises. Law enforcement raids have found sophisticated underground operations in cities across America, even in states with strict penalties. The roosters discovered in these raids are traumatized, injured, scarred, but alive. And they are rescued. They are given a chance at recovery, at life without violence. But for every rooster rescued, thousands more are still fighting. The cruelty persists because the incentive persists. Money, tradition, cultural acceptance in regions where enforcement is weak. The case against cockfighting is overwhelming, medically, ethically, scientifically. Roosters are not mindless creatures. They have been shown to possess intelligence comparable to a 5-year-old human child. They experience pain, they experience fear, they experience trauma. Every wound inflicted in a cockfight is unnecessary suffering. There is no medical purpose, no human need being served, no food being produced. It is pure spectacle. When we compare what a rooster naturally is, a beautiful, intelligent creature capable of complex social behavior, with what cockfighting makes it, the cruelty becomes indefensible. Younger generations understand this. They are growing up in a world where animal welfare matters, where inflicting unnecessary suffering on an animal is seen as barbaric. This is the case for change, not because cockfighting is exotic or sensational, but because it is fundamentally indefensible. We know better. We can do better. And more importantly, the animals deserve better. Change is happening. Progress is being made. The global movement to end cockfighting is growing stronger. More countries are passing laws, more sanctuaries are opening, more people are choosing empathy over tradition. If you live in a place where cockfighting is still legal, question why. Contact your lawmakers. Support animal welfare organizations fighting this battle. If you see signs of illegal cockfighting, report it to law enforcement. The roosters cannot speak. They cannot advocate for themselves. They depend on us. And we have learned, as a species, that we are capable of being better, that we can find entertainment without violence, that tradition can evolve, that progress is possible. For the millions of roosters still suffering in cockfighting arenas around the world, that progress cannot come fast enough. But every law passed, every rooster rescued, every person who chooses not to participate, every person who speaks against it, that matters. That is progress. Subscribe to Animal Wars and join us in exploring how humans and animals share this world and what we can do to make it better for both.